All right, so now we're gonna hit the Cat Vomit Abdominal Exercise. Cat Vomit, awesome name. So what we're doing is, if you think about cat-cow, it's basically like a yoga type stretch. So a lot of people will go into this kind of up like this, and then the cat, this cat stretch, right? So this is a stretch that people are usually familiar with. This kind of back and forth. Now this is kind of play on cat. Now cat vomit. So this is not a traditional resistance or body weight exercise or a crunch type thing. What you're doing is breath manipulation. So people are familiar with their diaphragm. They say breathe through your diaphragm. You're breathing through your stomach. I'm a singer, professional singer, right? So I have a lot of training in diaphragm breathing. So if you're familiar with your diaphragm, you're trying to get a big belly breath. And what you're going to watch me do, now I can't talk while I'm doing this, so I'm going to have to just explain it to you and then demonstrate. I'm going to get a big, big breath, and then I'm going to breathe out as hard as I can. And on that exhale, as literally my lungs and diaphragm empty, my trunk here is going to go and kind of suck up. My belly button's kind of sucking up towards my spine. Now once I'm there, completely exhaled. I have no air in my system. And I'm gonna squeeze all my abdominals as hard as I can. In that full exhalation, getting all that air out, you're forcing the air out. It's really engaging those abdominal muscles. So once all that air is out and I squeeze, I'm gonna hold for a count of between 10 and 12 1,000. Now the crazy thing about this exercise, we just did ARX, we just did the myotatic crunch. We've done a lot of stuff today, and I'm not sweating because we're doing this, ARX, body by science style stuff. Doesn't really make you sweat or get too huffing puffing out of breath, right? So now this abdominal exercise looks so easy, this cat vomit, and by rep 6, you're gonna be like, why the hell is there sweat dripping off my face? It's incredibly effective. It's just a strange exercise. So I'm gonna try to walk you through about 10 reps here. So it's gonna be fun. You get to listen to a lot of ridiculous breathing, right? So I'm gonna take a deep breath. You're gonna see me exhale fully. My body's gonna kind of curve. I'm gonna hold, squeeze those abs, and then I'm just gonna head count for about 10 1,000. Maybe 12 1,000. So big diaphragmatic breath. Breathe in through your nose to get that belly breath. Take one clean breath in between. That's 2. This is 5. Seven. That's 10. And I'm sweaty. That exercise is ridiculous. It's very strange. It's a little uncomfortable at first. So what I want you to remember, this is just a reminder for me now that I've done it, I can remind you of this. So once you start breathing out, start your 10 count. So in the beginning I was going for about 12. What you have to be careful of, that clean breath in between is really important because this is so powerful, you will pass out. if you really push that breath out and if you hold too long. So it's a little crazy. It's kind of like jujitsu, the first time you get rear naked choke. If the room starts getting smaller, take a breath, right? So you really want to be careful with this. If you're fully engaging to the point of this, literally like you end up sweating from breathing, right? And you see my arms trembling. I mean, it's just a brutal exercise, right? 10 reps is a shitload for this. So once you start that breath out, breathe in. 1,000, 2,000. So that first kind of 5 seconds is really the out breath. So then you might hold for 5 or 6 more. But if you haven't done a lot of breath work, I've done a lot of extensive breath work, Wim Hof and things like that. So if you haven't done a lot of breath work, be really careful with this. I don't want you to pass out. That completely defeats the purpose, and you don't want to be completely miserable doing this, right? So that is the Cat Vomit Abdominal Exercise. Give it a shot. Very interesting stuff.